Hey, what's up guys? Brendan Wolf here bringing you another video. We're going to be talking about patch 14.10 today. So that is the start of Split 2. Split 1 is ending, and now we're coming up on Split 2 of Season 14. There's item changes, there's rune changes, there's so many great things that are going to be in Split 2 for Fiora. We just got to jump into it. Let me talk about it. So summoner changes, these things don't really matter, but you can look at it if you want to. Exhaust has a higher cooldown, Ghost gets nerfed, Ignite stays the same, so, you know, no big deal here. Now we're going to get down to the items. We're going to look at these boot changes. The boots are all getting a little bit cheaper, so they're going down to 1,000 gold. Now they are getting nerfed a little bit, like they're not as strong. It does get 25 armor for tabbies, 8% on the auto attack block, and then nasty going down on the merc treads. But the thing is like boots, not really a big deal. They're a little bit cheaper, which means that we can get our power spikes much faster, which is really exciting. There is these new boots that are coming here that empowers your recall. I was thinking that maybe they could be good for split pushing, but I kind of changed my mind on that. I think we'll end up doing the same when it comes down to boots. But now we can get into the items. I'm going to scroll past a little bit here. I want to show you first and foremost one of my favorites. There's two that I'm really excited about. The first one here is going to be Bork. Bork is getting increased AD all the way up to 55, increased attack speed, and increased lifesteal. Dude, that is super exciting. This item is now back, like absolutely back for Fiora. You would buy it and then you would feel really bad because it only had 40 AD, and then as you scale into the later stages of the game, your vitals don't do that much damage, so you were like, I wish I didn't have Bork here. But now we're getting more AD and more lifesteal, and this leads me right to the next item that's in the list, Ravenous Hydra. I have no idea why they are buffing this item again. I understand that it's just the cast range getting buffed, and that's like when you use your active, but that makes a pretty big deal. I mean, that in a team fight, somebody might just be out of your range, and now you can get them inside of your range, proc a vital from even further away. You can gather the minions in a group and then proc the active so that you get the increased lifesteal. No idea why they're buffing this, but Fiora means, hey, we will take it. Absolutely. So that is super exciting. Now, the next item that I'm very excited about is Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster is getting 80 AD. Fiora scales off flat AD so well. That is how she gets her vital damage. Q, E, R, I mean, everything scales off of flat AD. So having an item that has 80 AD on it is so exciting. The crit chance is removed. We don't like crit chance on Fiora. The crit chance is never good for us. And now we have 80 AD Bloodthirster item that gives us, what, 20% lifesteal along with the shield. We get the shield now, converts excess healing from lifesteal into an overshield up to 50 to 400. That just scales on your level, decaying after 25 seconds. 25 seconds is a long time. 25 seconds is enough for you to like go top lane and then go kill a minion wave, get 400 shield, and then walk from top lane to mid lane to participate in a team fight and still have that 400 damage shield. That is a crazy change. This item is going to be so exciting for Fiora because you're going to have all the lifesteal as well. This opens up so many avenues for us to kind of play around with builds as well, and maybe go like a full AD or even a full lifesteal build where we could go like Bork, Ravenous, and Bloodthirster for our first three items. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless with this. This is one of the items that I am the most excited about. I cannot wait to test this out and make a ton of videos about this item. Now, Essence Reaver actually viable. This item is actually viable now. Why is that? Because they still have the crit chance on it, but what they did is they got rid of the spell blade. So it's no longer a sheen item, meaning that you don't have to buy double sheen, because usually if you would get Essence Reaver, you couldn't buy Triforce, which meant that Triforce was always going to be your go-to. You weren't going to buy Essence Reaver over Triforce, so it made it not a viable item for Fiora. Now it is a viable item because it's got 65 AD. We don't have to run Presence of Mind anymore. We can take this item. It is a little bit more expensive. It's 3,200 gold, but I do feel like there is a way for us to work Essence Reaver into our builds, into certain builds. So very excited about that. I want to play around with that and see if there is any type of build path that we could take to make this a good item. I also like the 25 ability haste that is on it as well. Another item I'm really excited about is Kraken Slayer. So Kraken Slayer is no longer a crit item. Crit chance has been removed, and it gives you movement speed. Fiora loves it. We got 50 AD. Fiora loves it. Attack speed is kind of like whatever, but that's okay. The one thing that I'm interested in is the passive damage, the amplification, basically the item's passive that is dealing up to 1.5x based on target's missing health. So it's missing health damage that goes along with Fiora's vital damage, max health damage along with missing health damage. This could work. This could work. It's something that I want to play around with. I'm excited to see this too, that they took the crit chance out, because now this is an item that Fiora could possibly build. Now I want to go back up because even the little things are really exciting for Fiora too. So when you build a Hearthbound Axe for Triforce, it's now a double longsword recipe, one dagger. And it used to be two daggers and one longsword, so it didn't feel really good to build. build. That's going to change. That's going to feel a lot better too. There is one more item that I wanted to look at really quick. They don't have the picture for it, but it's the brand new. All this stuff is getting changed. I'll scroll through this really quickly if you guys want to pause and look at it, but none of it really has to do with us. It's just ADC items. I really only want to talk about the stuff that's for Fiora. The one item that is changing is this Overlord's Blood Mail. This is like a new bruiser item. I don't think it's going to be good for Fiora. I saw some people talking about it, but I don't really think so. It's basically like old Titanic. It's got the 500 HP, 40 AD, and then you get 2% base HP as AD, which is basically what old Titanic used to do. So in old Titanic, we never really built it anyway. So, I mean, I think what people are seeing is the gain up to 10% increase AD based on your missing health, but no, I don't think this item will be good. I really don't. And then we look through some of the tank items getting changed as well. None of this really has to do with Fiora, so I'm scrolling right past it because we're going right into the runes. This is the real exciting stuff here as well. Also, to all my Gwen enjoyers, nothing is changing for Gwen. I tried to look and see if anything would be good for Gwen. I don't really think her build is going to be changing. So all the Gwen enjoyers, sorry, but I don't think anything's changing for her. I think she's going to stay the same. Now that we get down to the rune changes here, guys, lethal tempo is gone. Lethal tempo is no longer in the game. Dude, this is huge because all the lethal tempo champions that you have to fight against are so cheese. It's like a super cheese thing. Like if Jax would run lethal tempo, or Yone, or whoever, Trindamere running lethal tempo, and Kale even, they get that level 1 lethal tempo proc, level 2, you know, Trundle, all the champions that use lethal tempo. It's just such a cheese strat. I'm really happy to see it gone. People can just kind of go at you level 1, level 2 and get these free kills because lethal tempo is just so strong early. So I'm really happy to see this completely removed from the game. But now we look at press the attack. This is a buff. So if we read this, the burst damage is 40 to 80 linear, and they are nerfing that down to 40 to 160. And then damage amplification, 8% to all damage, including allies to the target for 6 seconds. So let's say I go into a team fight, I focus one target and I proc the 3 auto attacks to get the press the attack, which now my teammates can do 8% bonus damage to that target that I am targeting. Now that has been changed to 8% to your damage to all targets for 5 seconds. So as long as it's just like Conquer, it's when I'm fighting, I have to stop fighting and be out of combat for 5 seconds for this to fall off. But I now do 8% more damage to all targets. 8% more. So this is just like Conquer, but in a different sense. So Conquer basically raises your AD. I still think Conquer is going to scale better, but I think that this is honestly a buff to PTA for Fiora in particular, and other champions that may fight like Fiora does. So this is just going to be a percentage base increase to your damage instead of your AD increasing, which, you know, inherently increases your damage. This is really exciting because we didn't really, I mean, we play Fiora. So when we're in the side lane going for like 1v1, 1v2, we don't care about the extra damage that our allies are going to do to the target. We want to do the more damage. So now we get that. Now we have the more damage. The initial proc of damage that we're getting, the burst damage, is being decreased a little bit, but it's not the early game. And that's, we take the PTA for the burst damage in the laning phase. This is more geared towards the late game, as you can see, 40 to 180, 40 to 160. So the nerf is towards late game, not for the early laning phase when we take it. So very exciting. Press the attack was already good on Fiora. It's going to be even better. Now we have fleet footwork changes. Don't really care. Overheal has been removed, and now there is a brand new item or rune that I'm really interested in, the precision tree line in row 1. It's going to probably give, we have to see, it might give presence of mind to run for its money though. I've been taking presence of mind for a very long time now, but now we have absorb life, a new rune. Killing a target heals you for 2 to 17 linear. Linear is just like your levels. So you start off level 1, you get like probably 2 HP, and then when you're level 2, it's basically Cho'Gath passive. So for every minion I kill, I get a flat number of HP back. Every minion I kill, which could work really well with Ravenous and split pushing. I mean, especially in the later stages of the game, if I kill a minion wave and maybe there's like 10 minions there and I'm level 15 and it's giving me 15 back, that's 150 HP back plus whatever I get from the lifesteal of Ravenous. So it could work out really well. So I do want to try this out, especially with Essence Reaver being a little bit better. We could see a switching presence of mind to absorb life, or an Essence Reaver build. So exciting stuff. I like seeing this. It just gives us more flexibility, more creativity. We get to be more unique as Fiora players. This is another thing that I'm really excited about. Legend Tenacity is being removed, and Legend Haste is being introduced into the game, which gain 1.5 ability haste for every legend stack, up to 15 ability haste. Now, why do I think this is exciting? Because I think this allows for WMAX second to come back into the game. So we haven't really been building WMAX second this season, just because without Divine, it hasn't been hitting the same. It just hasn't been as good. Us being able to get ability haste from our runes is pretty exciting. this could actually allow WMAX second to come back into the game. So I'm really excited to give this a shot and see if there is a world where we can look at our rune page and be like, okay, I'm going into this lane, and I know that I like having my parry up as much as possible in this lane. So I'm going to run Legend Haste this game and max W second. So having this option, very exciting as well. All of this stuff, not much to do with anything. I mean, I did see this first strike damage amp going up to 8%, and I was thinking maybe for the memes, maybe for an Is It Viable series, we could go first strike, you know, maybe something cool right there too. But everything else, I mean, there's nothing else that really affects us. We do see a little bit of minion XP splits for ADC and support, and the bounties being changed a little bit, but overall that is basically the whole patch that we just ran down, everything that's exciting for Fiora. This patch is going to be awesome. This second part of the season is going to be so good. I am so excited, and hopefully you guys are as well. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout. We are definitely going to be banking a lot more videos, testing out some of these items, testing out some new builds. I really could not be more excited for the second part of the season. And honestly, guys, this is a huge thumbs up, a huge buff for Fiora all around with these new items and new runes. This is going to be absolutely awesome. I cannot wait. So I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, peace, love, bye-bye.